it will go out there and find you the body of a bounced check. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we think about, oh, I'm not feeling well, right? It's like, oh, I'm not feeling well. That little spirit goes out there and finds the physical elements that it needs to come back and cause you to be ill. So whenever we think a thought, it's almost like, and forgive me for this really coarse analogy, but it works for me. It's like the thought is the seed or the sperm, the emotion is the egg, and when those two things come together, you've created life. Okay, and we call that life energy or spirit. Okay, and that spirit desires to be embodied. All spirit wants flesh. Okay. So this is why in the churches, in a lot of churches, they do what's called exorcism, right? This is kind of a scary topic, but there's like this bad spirit, right, that gets inside of somebody's body, and some priest or some other person has to go and take that bad spirit out, right? Well, you got to ask yourself, why is that spirit inside that body? And the answer is because all spirit wants flesh. And so when you create this energy of negativity, you're going to get the flesh of negativity show up in your life. But the converse is true. The opposite is true. When you stay focused on happiness and love and abundance and health and all these great things, and you visualize those things and you think about those things and you can feel those things in your heart, you're going to get the flesh of love and health and abundance and success and all of those things. Okay.
And how did you, when you started to think like this in 1998, what was the process to go on your goal?
Well, I had some interesting things happen. First of all, and I don't think I answered this question fully a moment ago, but the number one is I started thinking about what I wanted. Okay, as opposed to what I didn't want. I started thinking about the future rather than the past. That was number one. I read something from a good book every day. Every day. Just keeping the positive in my mind. I listened to something positive every day. Put in my CDs today, MP3s, whatever. But every day I was listening. I wrote goals. I wrote them down. I looked at them every day. I had faith. I prayed and meditated that these good things would happen to me. And so those were some of the practices. And again, getting back on the how-tos, I didn't know how I was going to become successful. I just knew that if I did all these things, that I would eventually attract something that would allow me to become successful. For me, and I mentioned this on my blog, but for me, I earned my first million doing network marketing. A home-based business, multi-level marketing. That was the thing for me. Other people start a traditional business. I started a home-based business. Some people make $1 million with their blog or with their website. Some people do it in internet marketing. Some people do it as a dancer or an athlete or a rocket scientist. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew that if I continued putting the good out, that I would continue to get the good back. And here's a lot of people try to put the good out, but they can't because they don't have much good in here. So they're just putting out there what's in here. And the first step is to fill this with the good stuff. Just fill it up.
How did you do this?
How did I do it?
Yeah.
I did it by reading the books, listening to the audios, going to the seminar. Okay. I have a recipe, and I'll share this with your readers or viewers here on your website. Here's the recipe for rapid life change. Number one, read a minimum of 10 pages a day of a good book. A good book like Think and Grow Rich, You Were Born Rich, Richest Man in Babylon, As a Man Thinketh, The Power of Positive Thinking, Success Principles, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, The Science of Getting Rich. I could go on and on and on, but just read 10 pages a day of something good. And number two is to listen to one CD or 45 minutes of an MP3 every day. People like Jack Canfield, Brian Tracy, Mark Victor Hansen, Dennis Waitley, Les Brown, some of these speakers they're just so great. Just really, they motivate you, inspire you, they entertain you. They're just really, really powerful stuff. So read 10 pages a day every day. Listen to 45 minutes of positive audio every day. Attend a live seminar at least every 90 days. It's almost like taking a bath, right? People go, why do you keep going to those seminars? Motivation wears off, but so does bathing. It's still a good idea to take a bath. So go to a live, go ahead.
Are you still going to teleseminar? To seminar?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been going as often recently, but all of that is changing as I'm making the sprint for this very aggressive goal. I've got to, remake as much of this as I can. So, but until I was making a 6-figure passive income, it was at least every 90 days.
Okay.
At least every 90 days. The other thing is associations. You want to associate with people who have what you want and disassociate with people who don't. We all have negative people in our life, and some of those people we're spending a week with, and we probably shouldn't even be spending a day with them. And we need to work on that. Some people we're spending a day with, and we probably shouldn't even spend more than an hour with them because they're so negative. Some people are so negative, we spend an hour with them, and we probably shouldn't even give them a minute. And there's some people that you're spending minutes with that you should never spend time with at all. You should just eliminate from your life altogether. And that was the other thing, is I started looking for people who had what I wanted, and I started hanging out with them, even through books and tapes. In the beginning, I didn't have access to these multimillionaires, but I could listen to their tapes. I could read their books. And then I had to disassociate with a lot of negative people. In my family, in my peer group, lots and lots and lots of negative people. So, and then the final step is think about what you want, not what you don't want. So those are the steps. Read 10 pages a day, every day, at least. Now, when I say at least, I was reading, one of my mentors teaches that if you're in the mud, you don't want to crawl out of the mud, you got to explode out of the mud. And does that make sense? You just got to explode out of the mud. And so I was in the mud, so I wasn't reading 10 pages a day. I would read for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. I was totally reworking all of the stuff that I'd been taught my whole life, which a lot of it wasn't right, by the way. And so read 10 pages a day of a good book, at least. Listen to at least 45 minutes of a positive audio, motivational audio. Attend one live seminar every 90 days. Associate with people who have what you want. Disassociate with those who are negative, toxic, and caustic. And think about what you want, not what you don't want. And the more you do of those 5 things, the faster your life is going to change. And again, I'll say, don't worry about what you want or how you're going to get it. You just figure out what you want, why you want it. And if you do those 5 things, the how will show up. Now, there is one proviso. When an idea comes into your mind, you must act on it immediately, because that idea may be the very thing, the one thing that's going to get you out of your bad situation. So a lot of people, we have $1 million ideas all the time, ideas that'll make us happy, ideas that'll make us healthy, ideas that'll make us wealthy, ideas that'll make us wise, and we have these ideas, but we don't do anything with them. And then they go away and we forget we ever had them. And then we wonder why our lives aren't working. And it's because we're not listening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. It's very inspirational. Very.
Thank you.
Can you talk me a little about your website?
I'd love to.
Providing? What are you doing?
Well, my website, I don't know if you'll link it up on your website or not, cshughes.com, but it is my gift back to the world. The world has given me so much, and it's just my way to give back. It is a business right now. It's not making any money. I don't have any plans to make any money on that site right now. I'm just giving and giving and giving and giving. There's nothing for sale. There's nothing to buy. It's just a place where you can come and get free information. Several years ago, I created something called the 1 Minute Mentoring, and I know you're registered for that.
Yeah.
But the idea is a 1 minute message that's been MP3 or an audio that's been crafted to get people to think, to think about how they're living their life. And so one of the things that's available at the website is the 1 Minute Mentoring, where people can go, they give me their name and their email, and then I will give them an audio MP3, 52 of them, one a week for 52 weeks, that will help them to think deeply and to really cause them to have introspection about their life and what it is that they're doing with their life, and will enable a lot of people to enjoy higher levels of success. But ultimately what I'm going to do with the website is this will be the launch pad for my book when it's done. I've got an iPhone, iPad application that'll be out in a few weeks. So that'll be available there. My audio programs will be available there. I'll be doing my first seminar in the next few months. My first seminar that's open to the world. I've done a lot of private seminars. I've done actually over 1,000 private seminars, workshops, and trainings worldwide. But all of that will come through that website. So that's the point. But right now and into the future, even after I'm doing the seminars and the books and the tapes, I just want to have this be a conduit of positive information for people's lives, so that even if they don't have a book, even if they don't have an audio to listen to, they could come to my website every single morning and get something positive that will help them to achieve higher levels of success.
Okay. I would just want to say that I've listened to of your 1 Minute Mentoring, and I was amazed by the deep information you can give in just 1 minute.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was really amazed, and I will keep listening to them every week.
Great, thank you.
And what I want to say also is I saw you gave away, I don't know how many books for free. I don't know if it's still now the case, but you gave away, if people want to read these positive books every day, maybe they can go to your website and register.
Yeah, I give away 4 free books, and they're 4 of the most powerful books I think ever written. One is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and he talks about how every thought that we have means something. We are in creation all the time when we're using our mind. That one's available for free. That book, I believe, was written either maybe the late 1800s, early 1900s. I forget when that one was published originally. But then also there's The Science of Getting Rich, which was written by Wallace D. Wattles back in 1910. And for any of you who have seen The Secret, the movie The Secret, in the beginning, you see the lady talk about how her life was falling down around her and nothing was working. But her daughter gave her a book, and she said, read this, I think it'll help. Well, in the movie, they don't talk about what book that was that her daughter gave her, but the book was The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And incredible, incredible book. The third book is You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor, which I put up there with Think and Grow Rich. Just incredible. That was actually the book I was studying when my income went from $1,000 a month to over $10,000 a month.